And just like that, we're in the lead again. Now I know what my opponent is playing. Top 3 easy to use decks in Arena 22. Let's go. Here on my mini account in Arena 22, we're going to run this Royal Recruits, Wizard, Hog Rider, Firecrackers, super nasty type deck. And then we're going to use P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam, one of my favorites all time. And then we'll round it out with this bait style deck. Good defense, especially in Arena 22. You're going to see a lot of Mega Knights and things like that. Let's go ahead and first dominate with this one. All right, let's see what we have as a starting rotation. You kind of want recruits, but Hog Rider is definitely not bad. We have ourselves a bandit. Let's go ahead and take care of that bandit. Might do a little counter push. Most likely your opponent's going to be running log, arrows, Mega Knight. You see what I'm saying? What did I say in the intro? Mega Knight. Okay, so here's what we got to do. Now he goes in with that. We got to do this, and then we have to do this right here. Now, the Dark Prince will be able to splash on all that. We should be able to take this out. All right, again, Mega Knight, I'm telling you, Mega Knight to me is one of the biggest noob cards in the game. Now we have the recruits in cycle. Opponents down here get super aggressive also, but it does not look like my opponent will. So we're going to go ahead and go recruits, and then we're already up a lot of tower damage too. Okay, we have P.E.K.K.A. P.E.K.K.A. Mega Knight. Okay, so look, again, you know you're low ladder because that makes no sense, all right? But we're going to go ahead and take out the P.E.K.K.A. and the Firecracker. One of the most annoying cards in the game. We'll take care of that. I do have to take care of this wizard, so we're going to get a wizard of our own. Look what the... oh, I got to do this here. The Firecracker's doing, right? So counter push, right? We're going to go in with the Firecracker Hog Rider, like I said. All right? We got a counter push opposite lane. That's it. Look at this. You see? Overcommitted to me, and also using P.E.K.K.A. Mega Knight. Very, very expensive. Now, all you have to do, once you're a tower up, all you have to do is just defend. That's it. Most likely, my opponent did tap out. So we're going to go ahead and end this quickly, and then jump in to the next battle using P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam. 3 crown. All right, now we're going to go and jump in using P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam. Now, with P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam, you do want to play a little cautious, you know, patient and things like that. But it is about spamming, especially both sides with the Bandit or the Battle Ram, things like that. And the other thing I do like about P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam is you do have Big Mama P.E.K.K.A., which wasn't expecting to see a giant, but lots of Mega Knights, and P.E.K.K.A. is obviously a great counter to the Mega Knight. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit challenging because, especially if my opponent does have Evo Witch. So we're going to go ahead and try to take this out. I'm going to probably put... Now, oh my goodness, this is probably going to be not great for us because, let me tell you why. I'm going to zap the skeletons. If he's able to use the ability on the P.E.K.K.A., it's already going to be pretty bad. Okay, so this will be a good test, though, in a way. Now, I think that was pretty aggressive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go opposite lane here because going graveyard deck... Now, there's no way my opponent can defend the Bandit. Now, we're not in the best spot right now, but we should be able to take out the Knight. I'm going to use E-Wizard on the Skeleton Dragons. Now that I know my opponent has Graveyard, all right, which was... I know my opponent got a lot of damage, slow ladder, but you don't want to play Graveyard like that. And I know my opponent's probably going to win because of it. We'll see. But I'm going to say Poison for... Okay, I'm going in right now. There's no way, like... Why take the tower that quick, right? Especially if you have lightning already. We're going to go ahead and zap right here because we're going to get a connection and we're going to take out the witch. The lightning was way too aggressive. You guys see? And just like that, we're in the lead again. Now I know what my opponent is playing. So guess what? Should be able to defend, I should say. We should be able to defend using the poison. Now, my opponent might go giant in the pocket. This is still going to be pretty tough, but I'm going to try to get an equal... Yep, perfect. I knew my opponent would either go giant in the pocket, then graveyard, or just graveyard. And I was going to say I wanted to get a nice little even trade with the ghost. 3 for 3 on the Knight. And my opponent does kind of have to answer... Not really, but probably will, I should say, answer that ghost. Okay, so here's what's going to happen, right? What's going to happen is opponent will likely use... We're going to take this out, the ability, and I'm going to be okay with that, especially if my opponent decides to go in with the graveyard. Oh, late on that. That's beautiful. All right, we're good. So let's just go ahead and go Bandit high here. Then we're going to go Ghost, and then we're going to just Overwhelm because my opponent cannot defend against this. We'll go with a Magic Archer here. Should have been maybe one tile up. because, oh no, we got the geometry a little bit. We got a little light. I think we did. So let's go in here with this. Really, if I'm being honest here, my opponent should definitely go in with, I got to go in here with this, the giant in the pocket. If it goes giant in the pocket, probably wins. But I'm going to go ahead and take this out with the poison. Ghost is going to do some work. Bomb tower is back in cycle. I'm going to go ahead and snipe. Probably going to turn on the witch for a second and then go to the... That's fine because we're going to connect there still. And then we go in with the battle ram. And then I go in with P.E.K.K.A. And then I go ahead, and that's pretty good, but this is what we're going to do now, all right? He's going to go, maybe, let me see, what is he going to do? We're going to pocket a bandit. Okay, let's hope we can get this done. Let's hope we can get this done. We're going to zap right now with a boom. Guys, that is the perfect example of how not to play like my opponent, and just why go lightning. I think that was honestly the mistake that cost him the game, is actually going lightning there. There was no reason for it. The tower was basically gone. Just save it and get in double, and then you're going to win. I mean, it's that simple. Let's go. Have a nice day. Take care. GG's. Peace out. All right, now let's go ahead and jump in using one of my favorite bait decks inside of the game. Let's see what our starting rotation is, and it's not bad. We're going to go ahead and go Dark Goblin, go Princess at the River, Dark Goblin at the River. And speaking of, let's go ahead and go in with the Goblin Gang. I'm going to go opposite lane here with the Barrel. Okay, Monk. So this could be... see, that was... What is this? All right, now the ability on the Monk was not great. I'm going to go in with the Princess here to take out the Night Witch. I go in with the Rascals. That was a pretty good valued fireball that I gave my opponent. But look how I kind of pulled everything to the center. All right, I'm going to go ahead and go Dark Goblin here at the river. We're going to get a little bit of chip. We got ourselves a Firecracker. Let's go ahead and activate King Tower at the sacrificing of at least one Spear Goblin. Opponent will have to... let's wait a little bit. We want that tower damage. And wait till we get some elixir. Now, my opponent probably going to go in with the ability... You guys see, though, how my log is under leveled? All right, if I can make these decks work, you can too. Okay, at least the Princess didn't lock on, but that does stink. We should be okay here. It goes in with the Electro Dragon. This, I don't even know what this deck is. All right, let's go in with the Dark Goblin here. Once the Electro Dragon crosses, goes in with the cannon there. And we're going to have a mini counter push. Going to have to answer the Goblin Barrel. Now, the Dark Goblin stays out of range. That's perfect. We should be able to take out that Firecracker. Remember, we have Rocket as well and does 308. So we are not obviously quite there yet. I'm going to go ahead and split the gang here in the back. Probably going to go Princess at the River. No, Musketeer. I'm going to go ahead and definitely drop the Rocket, though. Let's see. What do I want to do? I'm going to go in with the Princess here. That was a good Monk because my opponent is going to keep the, whatchamacallit, alive. Let's go high with the Prince. We're going to go in with the Goblin Gang. I'm going to go in with the Barrel once again. Mini counter push. Goes in with the Musketeer. Let's get this down. Okay, now we are in rocket range. We are going to be good to go. 20-ish seconds. Let's go in with this right here. And we're going to take... I didn't think we were going to do that, but that works. I was going to say just take the Princess out, but we got that. So let's just go ahead and go high here with the Rascals. We're going to go ahead and... What is the Firecracker going to do with like 5 seconds left? Okay, so let's just pocket stuff. It doesn't even matter now at this point. Don't know why my opponent did not use Fireball sooner. Guess my opponent overcommitted. Doesn't matter. Another dub in the books. 3 in a row. Have a nice day. Take care. GG's and peace out. And there you guys have it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Learned a little something, something. Here are the decks once again. If I had to pick one, this one is probably the easiest. Of course, if you have more heroes and things like that, you can swap them in and out. You know, with some of these other decks, of course, you can see right here, no evolutions, no heroes. Same with this deck. And under-leveled in some of the decks as well. So if I can make it work, you guys can definitely make it work as well. Thank you guys again for all of the continued support. Until the next video, good luck inside of the arena, and peace out.